could be an ideal game. Everybody has been attracted to it. It has been the talk of the town, and the buses have been packed, double-decker buses lining up outside. Coaches have carried thousands of away supporters here too, and all of it adds up to make a terrific, a crackling atmosphere. The match, I think, will be quite a spectacle. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
So off we go then. So Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, it's a tough one, but I'll go for Dani Alves, just to point out that he masquerades as a fullback. You know, he'll spend so much of the game deep in opposition territory, playing like a winger. Tremendous fitness and athleticism, and that enables him to perform this way.
Yeah, I must agree, especially in view of his ability to lead and organise the defence. Talisca. Talisca with the delivery. Marquinhos gets rid without sophistication. And it's hoisted clear. Gabriel Jesus. Out to the left it goes. Neymar has a goal! First effort on goal.
Well, I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back-page headlines there.
Neymar with the short one. He's there to tries a shot! Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
You have to admire commitment like that, because he could easily ignore that and just kind of walk around and let others do all the chasing, but instead he looks as if he relishes the chance to dig in for his team here.
And it's Gabriel. Hoists it forward. Forward it goes. Neymar looks to clip it forward. Out of play for a goal kick. Funes Mori. Funes Mori with the crossfield ball. Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance.
Just to point out, Peter, that the fullbacks are quite high.
And what do they try to achieve?
Well, it's obviously a move to push the opposition wide men back and give them more to think about.
And it's Dani Alves. Cristiano Ronaldo. Looking to break out here. Plays it out to the wing. Going through. Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! He's done very well to get to that.
Well, what can I say? Truly wonderful goalkeeping.
And out to safety. He's had a go! Missed by a fraction. More than happy to take the muscular approach. And here's Neymar. He's made sure that that won't get through. Gets the better of his man. He's had a shot! It's a loose ball. Talisca. Has he picked him out? Yet another to add to football's endless list of could-haves and should-haves.
Look, the game is full of ifs and buts. If only the pass could have completed its journey.
He's got away. And that's a ball to nobody in particular. Neymar picks it up from the goal kick. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Marquinhos positions himself well and cuts it out. Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel. Plenty of endeavour from either side, but not much of it in the vicinity of either goal.
Well, they could have had a bit more joy earlier if they'd varied their game and played a longer ball forward. I think this is looking much more promising now.
It's broken loose. He could be in here. And he's cut it out. And it's played forward. We've got a throw in. And that's a throw in.
Brazil really are almost trying to pass the ball through a brick wall at the moment. You can see the sense of anxiety has now shifted to the stands.
Gabriel Jesus. Oh, shooting chance! Ronaldo desperately wants to get on the end of this. Gorgeous control there. And that's found its target. Alisson claims it. Gabriel. Neymar. Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel. Finds himself eased off the ball. Decent looking ball. Talisca. He's left his man going for goal. Oh, that's a fine save.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Hits one. Dani Alves does well to read it and intercepts. Talisca is flagged offside. Alisson gets it upfield. Ronaldo pushes to get on the end of it. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Strong challenge, but well within the laws. Neymar. Neymar goes looking. Funes Mori to play it forward. And it's Neymar. Tries to get it forward quickly. Well, there's something you don't see every day.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Talisca. There are a few waiting for it. Crosses it in. So 0-0 still, but both sides have had their moments. Did really well to intervene and dispel the growing danger. Good ball. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.
Gabriel Jesus really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Dani Alves, and the weighted pass. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
I think it's great to see that kind of application and desire from a forward who wants to help out his defence. I think, you know, any good team, really, your striker should be the first line of that defence, and he's delivering.
Oh, great defending, that needed doing. That's a throw. Oh, that is lovely footwork. A buccaneering run from the up to meet it! That has certainly tested the keeper.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there to back up his high-class wage.
And that has been cleared. Marquinhos. Daniel Alves. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. So neither team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. So we reach the halfway point.
A very entertaining half, Peter. The game's being played at a really good intensity. It's been open. It's been quite end-to-end, and I think the crowd are really immersing themselves into this, and I just hope we get more of the same in the second half. Something to look forward to.
So they head in no further forward. The score here, still 0-0. Here we are. And the finish!
Well, what a time for the captain to step up and put his team in front again, but while it doesn't necessarily guarantee a win here, it's a wonderful early boost in this second half.
Just so calm under pressure.
Well, I think that defence there thought they were in good position and they had him where they wanted, yet somehow he's worked a scoring position when it didn't see him on. It's really crafty business, that.
Brazil can make their change now with a break in play. Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Oh, half-time has been a blessing for this team. You know, what a great start to the second half.
Marquinhos. Plays it over to the other flank. Did well to step in there, that was more than necessary. And that's been won straight back. Gabriel Jesus, he could be in here. Talisca. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And here's Neymar! It's in! Brazil are back in business! That really was a thing of beauty, curled in effortlessly.
You know, I'm not going to be hard on the goalkeeper because that moved all over the place on its journey.
Final checks on the touchline, a change about to occur. That has certainly made things interesting.
Oh, I think the coach will really be annoyed with that. The players were still thinking about their goal and just got caught napping.
Fred, Gabriel Jesus. Oh, that is asking for trouble. Lovely feet. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! He's got away with one there.
That's just front foot enforcement. Pressure leads to mistake, leads to chance.
Good challenge, he just stood firm. Hoists it forward. Forward it goes. Across the field it goes. And here's Neymar. Neymar goes for the cross. And that is not finding anyone. Just brushed off the ball there. And it's Neymar. Out to the left it goes. Swung over. And it's played forward. Talisca. Now a chance to break. Ronaldo is now the subject of some adhesive marking.
Yeah, and they finally reacted, but they could have been more switched on before he scored.
Ronaldo gets it back. Ronaldo plays it forward. Oh, well into... He certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Cristiano Ronaldo. And a shot! He just whacks it away.
That's just very well played. He can't hurt you with his back to goal, and he didn't go for the back heel.
Chip through, and help's available out wide. And it's Dani Alves. Now it's Neymar. Neymar. Pings it out wide. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Gets up to head it! Goal! Brazil! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, for me, this team seems to find it easier to attack than defend, but now they're going to need to dig in at the back a bit. That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, this isn't the time to talk about risks now, Jim, is it? They just have to hurl everything at it and hope for a break.
Spot on, Peter.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo has got himself a free kick.
Well, who knows, Peter? It may turn out to be a pivotal moment when we're reflecting back.
He'll fancy himself from here. Cristiano Ronaldo! Over to the left. And he's there to clear it. They've managed to get it away. In with the challenge. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Gabriel Jesus. Good ball, it's found its target. Turns and goes back. Neymar! And that would have been game, set and match.
Neymar really did let them off the hook. They could have wrapped it all up.
Played out to the right. Oh, really good feet from him. Gets away from his opponent. Richarlison! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Brazil are clearly looking to kill this game off. It's keeping the ball away from the other end too.
Marquinhos. Richarlison already, of course, on the score sheet. And that's sprayed out wide. Could cross it here. And he's there to cut it out.
Brazil are looking to make this one safe. They want to reduce the risk.
Hoists it forward. Keeper's got good distance on that. He acknowledges that he should have come up with something better there.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
It's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Neymar gets it back. He's through. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Shoots! They did it!
Well, it's certainly livened things up a bit, and that next goal now is absolutely crucial. Well, you know, thinking about that, I think they perfected that on the training ground because it took them seconds to get the ball from back to front, and they really commit forward in numbers too. It was all very well drilled.
His second of the game, and an eye now for the hat-trick. This is quite a battle.
Well, extra time looms now, but that leveller creates great impetus, and they've got to fancy their chances of pinching victory from what looked like the jaws of defeat.
Doesn't get the pass he's looking for.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Lovely bit of skill. And the shot!
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Keeper sends it forward. Well weighted.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Chooses to go back. Gabriel Jesus. What an adventurous run from a defender. Driving on, a real charge here. He wasn't being fooled. So nothing between them in 90 minutes, and we are in for extra time.
Well, I don't think either manager can have any complaints, really, because nobody quite pushed for the winning goal, and it always lacked that spark.
So a short respite for the players as they prepare themselves for another 30 minutes. So our quest to find the winner continues. Try as they might, they just couldn't get into an attacking area. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Abubakar cuts it out. Danilo. Fred. He's making good use of his strength there, just refuses to be out-muscled. Jesus has a goal! A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
Well, the work rate to win the ball back was fantastic, and it set up the opportunity. That's great effort.
Fred. Ronaldo spreads it towards the left. Alisson sends that a long way. And it's Abubakar. Talisca. He gets past his man. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo has been caught there, it's a foul.
Yeah, he may feign to shoot and just play it into the box.
Ronaldo ready to try one. Cristiano against the crossbar. And that has been cleared. Forward it goes. Well positioned to make that interception.
They're actually not getting too tight, which is interesting.
No.
It's probably cautionary. Don't dive in, try to pin.
Richarlison! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Richarlison has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Well, the crowd clearly like what they just saw. Some real no-nonsense defending. with a delicate ball. Ronaldo gets into a dangerous position. Out to the right. Abubakar goes looking. There's a move that looked promising, but eventually thwarted without doing any harm. Extra time reaches half-time.
Well, it may well be a case of who's got most to give now. Fitness levels look good, and it's not any less competitive.
And we are already back underway. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Goes for goal! That's a real chance missed. Cristiano Ronaldo tried to play it through.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Oh, well defended. That had to be done. Plays it out to the flank. Not the worst cross in the world, but still room for improvement. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Neymar. Gabriel Jesus. Plays it out to the wing. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. He's got options in the box if he gets his head up. Loses his balance and loses the ball. Regardless of the outcome, it is good to see someone running at the defence like that. Has a hit! Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it. Richarlison tries to clear. Battles to win it back. And he heaves it forward. Funes Mori tries to get it forward quickly. And he's there to hoof it away. Talisca is onto it and can take it up. Neymar tries to switch the play. Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. All the way back and they start again. And it's played forward. Richarlison. Gabriel Jesus. Forward it goes. That intervention was very necessary.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
He's through. It's on a plate, shapes to shoot! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it!
And how about the timing of the pass and run? They've worked it before and no doubt they'll work it again.
Brazil take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
Well, it remains to be seen whether they can come up with that.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Quite a game, memorable for its fluctuation in fortunes.